this season was a tremendous success is impressive. It must confirm all the fears that the established drivers had last year when they saw him, because at that time they thought this one is going to be a good one.
And the checkered flag for the 28-year-old Earnhardt out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, winning the Atlanta 500. Rusty Wallace, a big star on the USAC Stock Car Trail, makes his NASCAR debut by finishing second. A most impressive showing. And the veteran from Hueytown, Alabama, in car number 15, Bobby Allison, winding up third.
If he can take advantage of that draft, start out around to the left, and on into second place. Here's Dale Earnhardt off the fourth turn and down toward the checkered flag. Victory belongs to Dale Earnhardt. Let's watch for second place, though. That's where the question mark is. Baker making his try on the high side of the race. Baker's going to lose it. Baker starts to spin, gets it under control. Drives down onto pit road. Dale Yarborough comes across in second. Buddy Baker loses it. The last turn, the last lap. Let's see if he can maintain third place, though. Buddy Baker comes by in third, still keeping third position.
Performance today, no matter what happens to Dale, the car not aerodynamically sound. It is not handled 100%, and yet Dale is still right there. However, unable to pick up any ground. It is Earnhardt cruising along as they'll come out of turn number 4. One last gas now for Dale Yarborough as he tries to go to the inside, but he cannot get him. Dale Yarborough going well down low, starting to lose it. Yarborough now getting it back in turn number 1, went down inside into the marbles. Here is Elliott coming around. He finishes in third position, but it was Dale Earnhardt on his way to a victory in the Rebel 500, saluting the crowd as they salute him in turn down the back straightaway.
I think he'll make the move as he goes into turn 3 right now. He's heading down the back stretch. He makes his move, moves around Darrell Walker, bringing Bobby Allison with him. That's what he was hoping he would do. Allison would have an effect on the outcome of this race.
So Allison pulls around. Now here comes Waltrip. He'll get one counter charge out of the tri-oval area. Waltrip will take one more shot, and here he comes. Allison dropping down, giving him room. He moves to the inside. There are lap cars there. Waltrip is coming up. They come up with a left car, and the winner is Earnhardt.
Fantastic racing. You see the crew, Bud Moore and the crew very happy there.
They're the losers, and they're the winners. Testing for the lead. Earnhardt closes ground. He's going to try the high side. Earnhardt going to turn 3 at 200 miles an hour. Winds it up. Fires it in there. And it's Earnhardt going in front. Baker to second. Labonte back to third. It is still Allison in fourth. And now on the inside, Terry Labonte begins to move. Labonte back to second as they switch positions and shuffle down out of the turn. Dale
Right for Earnhardt. They're racing for second back there. Opens the door for Earnhardt.
As they come out of the tri-oval, headed for the line. The question will be, who will be second? The checkered flag belongs today to the Richard Childress crew. Dale Earnhardt has done it again. The first man to ever win it 2 years in a row. Dale Earnhardt's crowd on pit road, ecstatic.
Certainly looks like he has things well in hand as he carries about a 10-car length lead down the backstretch and goes into the third turn for the final time.
Okay, this is it for all the marbles. $336,000 at stake. And Dale Earnhardt, who's been outside on this race, the Atlanta Journal 500, is about to step into victory lane. He's out of turn number 4. Coming down, checkered flag is unfurled, and Earnhardt takes it home. Dale Earnhardt is victorious by just about a half second over Bill Elliott in second place. A very happy crew for Dale Earnhardt and the Richard Childress people. They've had a lot of misfortunes with motors over the last half of the season. They've really come back strong here today. Earnhardt draws away by 4 car lengths.
And Darrell Waltrip is going to try it on the inside, going in the third corner. Ledine shuts him off.
Last lap, off turn number 4 to win the Richmond 400. It will be, for the first time in his racing career, Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt has done it for the Richard Childress team.
magnificent performance by Earnhardt all afternoon after he almost ran out of luck early in the going.
Ricky Rudd still several car lengths behind. There's clear sailing for Dale Earnhardt. He comes off of the fourth corner. The checkered flag is out. Dale Earnhardt wins the Talladega 500. Second place is Ricky Rudd. And third spot is going to go to Terry Labonte.
Dale Earnhardt has never in his life been as glad to see a race finish as this one.
There's the fourth place finisher, Buddy Baker. And fifth will unofficially go to Rusty Wallace, last year's Rookie of the Year.
Tim Richmond through turn number 3, turn number 4. Here comes Dale Earnhardt. He will sweep both races at the Bristol International Speedway in 1985. Dale Earnhardt, and here comes Bill Elliott with a 5th place finish, and that should be good enough to really cement a hold on the points lead.
Last chance for Waltrip will be at turn 3 and 4. Earnhardt takes them into the corner. Waltrip will be looking low. They're both right down against the curbing, and Earnhardt stutters a bit coming off turn number 4, late getting on the throttle, and Waltrip has no place to go. Earnhardt wins the Goodies 500. His 4th victory of 1985 and the 14th of his Winston Cup career.
I wonder if Darrell is congratulating Earnhardt.
I kind of doubt it. Earnhardt, with a wave to the crowd, has picked up his 4th win of the season. Allison in third. I don't believe that Neil is going to be able to catch Bobby. They come off of corner number 4. There is the 3rd place, Bobby Allison. Dale Earnhardt is on the main straightaway and accepts the checkered flag and wins the Trans-South 500. Waltrip finishes 2nd, Bobby Allison 3rd, and Neil Bonnet winds up 4th. Second corner and down the backstretch. Earnhardt lengthens his lead to about 5 car lengths. They're in turn 3. Now turn 4, off the corner. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400. Rudd finishes 2nd. Here comes Bodine in 3rd, then Waltrip, and then Joe Ruttman. Our battle for 2nd place again is Richmond and Yarborough. Is Yarborough still running 3rd? Heading into turn 3, it's Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt looks like he can coast home now to the Coca-Cola 600 victory. Earnhardt, the crowd is on its feet and waving as Earnhardt now on the front straightaway. The checkered flag is out. Dale Earnhardt wins this race, and it's going to be Tim Richmond who takes 2nd from Cale Yarborough. Yarborough will finish 3rd. An exciting finish for 2nd place. Harry Gann is 4th. Darrell Waltrip is 5th. And congratulations to Dale Earnhardt. You see the excitement in the pits down there as Dale Earnhardt has just won the Coca-Cola 600.
Certainly hope he and Richard Childress, bookkeeper up in Mooresville and over in Winston-Salem, have got their books out and are ready to reel in some big bucks from this weekend at Charlotte. Here comes Earnhardt. He drives low this time, Ken. Here he is. He still has about a 1.5 seconds over here again. Checkered flag about to come out, and the winner of the Oakwood Homes 500 is Dale Earnhardt. Finishing in 2nd will be Harry Gann. The interval between 1st and 2nd, 1 and 87/100ths of a second. 1.8, the difference of 1. Margin of victory, 1.9 seconds.
Out of fuel. Dale Earnhardt is on the backstretch. He won Rookie of the Year in 1979. He came back the next year and won the Winston Cup in 1980. And now, Dale Earnhardt at Atlanta, Georgia on a Sunday afternoon in November wins the Atlanta Journal 500 and wins the Winston Cup for the 2nd time in his career. Dale Earnhardt is champion.
Final lap for Dale Earnhardt, and right where he met disaster, waving in his last lap. Crash up in turn 3. A crash in 3, getting through it. There's Schrader in the wall, needling his way through. Comes Dale Earnhardt. He's going to win it after a car crashes. 2 of them have crashed in turn number 3, and he picked the right spot to move through and take it home. Well, Ken Schrader in the Junie Donlevy car out of Richmond, Virginia, has a last lap scrimmage with the wall. Lines and what he has been accustomed to all day. He's trying to slosh whatever fuel is left there. He is definitely not on the hammer as he has been up to this point, taking it very carefully. About 2/3 of a lap to go. I think it's exactly what he's doing, Larry. I think the car may even be coughing a little bit, burping possibly, sputtering as he comes out of the corners. There Elliott is off of it. He's out of it. Now does Earnhardt have enough time to catch him? It's likely that he does. Elliott is practically coasting through 3 and 4. Here comes Dale Earnhardt, definitely at a much higher speed. Dale Earnhardt goes around the out-of-fuel Bill Elliott, and Dale Earnhardt is going to win the Trans-South 500, his second win of 1987. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe it? A half a lap, about 3/4 of a mile, and Bill Elliott would have gotten the checkered flag. And look at the jubilation in the Wrangler pit. That is Kirk Shelby, Richard Childress, Cecil Gordon, Danny Myers, and all the crew. They couldn't believe it. When they came by for the white flag, there's Earnhardt waving to the crowd. When they came by for the white flag, that crew had to figure, well, second place isn't too bad.
His 4th win of 1987 out of 6 races. The only other 2 winners, Ricky Rudd, and of course the winner of the Daytona 500, Bill Elliott. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro. The battle for 3rd place goes to Neil Bonnet, although Alan Kulwicki was right on his back bumper. It is Kyle Petty in 2nd, Neil Bonnet 3rd, and Alan Kulwicki finishing 4th. Those 4 cars the only on the lead lap. Attempts. Richard Petty, that far behind, is going to come up short, though. Here comes Dale Earnhardt off of turn number 4, and the checkered flag drops. Dale wins another. His 25th career win and his 5th win of 1987. He has only lost 2 races this year.
Everybody's going to say, well, sure, Bodine had it won and he spun out and Earnhardt takes the victory. But Dale Earnhardt was there in a position to inherit the lead if something happened to the other guy. It did. And here comes Dale Earnhardt off turn 4. Checkered flag for the victory here in Martinsville in the Sovereign Bank 500. Rusty Wallace will finish 2nd ahead of Jeff Bodine, who is a car length and a half back in 3rd. And the best career finish for Phil Parsons, car 55, finishing in 4th. And there Rusty Wallace pulls up alongside Earnhardt for the congratulatory wave.
They come. Last lap to decide it all. Earnhardt, the defending Winston Cup champion, trying to hold off Davey Allison. Allison is making his move. He closes. He pulls up. He's pulling alongside. Davey Allison on the high side. Earnhardt on the bottom. Here they come to the line. Allison trying to drop low as they come to the line. It will be by 4 or 5 car lengths. Car number 3. Earnhardt has done it. Joey Knuckles and his team will have to wait another day here in Michigan. Cecil Gordon, ecstatic. Lula Rosa, Kurt Shelberdine. Boy, for all those guys, this is some moment.
We all have been pointing out exactly what Kulwicki's car has been doing.
And look at this. Earnhardt says, see, but Kulwicki says, not yet, buddy. We've still got about a half a mile to go.
Off turn 3, the crew is watching. Cecil Gordon and the rest all cheering. Earnhardt will pick up the victory. Alan Kulwicki will finish 2nd. 3rd, Buddy Baker off the stripe will outdistance Benny Parsons, who finishes 4th. 5th will be Davey Allison. 6th spot, Terry Labonte. And Neil Bonnet will finish in 7th spot.
On the lead lap in 5th. Dale Earnhardt from Kannapolis, North Carolina, comes off of corner number 4 and takes the checkered flag. Earnhardt has won again in 1987. Here comes Rusty Wallace off the banking. He crosses the line in 2nd position as Earnhardt is slowing down on the backstretch on the cool-off lap. There's Richard Childress and the other members of the Earnhardt crew who have registered yet another victory in this outstanding season. The Southern 500 has been called off. The winner, Dale Earnhardt. Finishing second was Rusty Wallace. Third was Richard Petty. Fourth, Sterling Marlin. And finishing in fifth position was Terry Labonte.
And Neil Bonnet spins, and we have a tags the wall in turn one.
And the caution is going to come out on the speedway as the leaders come past. This now is to the win then. Earnhardt will hold off Waltrip. They get the white flag and the caution from Harold Kinder. You cannot pass under caution, so that now technically was for the win. Darrell Waltrip will not be able to legally pass Earnhardt. He's going past him there, but that is not for position. And there's Neil Bonnet, who brought out that caution on lap number 399.
And remember now, if the yellow comes out after the white has been displayed, it's anybody's ball game. You can race back to that checker, but the yellow came out before the white. They must hold position, and checkered flag goes to Dale Earnhardt.
The victory is the 11th of the year for Dale Earnhardt in 22 races. He is batting .500, regardless of the sport. That is an awfully impressive number. And 6 short track races this year, 6 victories. And there are the 2 crews involved in that great shootout, congratulating one another for a fine show.
327 laps here in Atlanta. He's running over 170 miles an hour.
Well, if he doesn't wreck between here and the clubhouse or faint, he's won it. It'll be his 32nd victory in Winston Cup Series competition. There it is. Wallace is second. Third place looks as if it'll go to Waltrip. Fourth place to Labonte. Kyle Petty 5. And then on down the line, you got Bobby Hillin Jr., Buddy Baker, Brett Bodine, and so forth.
$1 million in career earnings. He will go over the $300,000 mark this year by taking this victory.
He'll follow Benny Parsons off turn 4 for the second time this year. Dale Earnhardt accepts the checkered flag from Harold Kinder. Sterling Marlin finishes second. And the celebrating in the Good Wrench Richard Childress pit area. Childress, crew chief Kirk Shelmerdine, engine builder Lou LaRosa, and that whole crew, a job well done.
Time. It is still Dale Earnhardt leading Bill Elliott into turn number 3. Elliott will make a final bid, but it's not going to work. Dale Earnhardt wins the Busch 500. Bill Elliott finishes in second position, and Jeff Bodine, I believe, is going to pick up third with Davey Allison fourth.
Boy, what a battle they had right down to the end.
Now, less than a half lap to go. Earnhardt sets the car into turn number 3 for the final time, keeping it low on the racetrack down near that white line. He comes off of corner number 4. The fans cheer, and Dale Earnhardt has won the Budweiser 500. Terry Labonte Mark Martin finishes second, and Ken Schrader is third, with Terry Labonte fourth and Rusty Wallace in fifth. And Mark Martin draws alongside the Earnhardt car and says, nice race. If he's going to do it, he's still about a car length behind. They move into the third and fourth corners. Dale Earnhardt has things in hand. Here they come off the fourth corner. A little bit of smoke from Mark Martin's car, but he's not going to do it. Dale Earnhardt wins the Peak Performance 500 with Mark Martin finishing a close second.
Well, what a race. Woo.
Here comes a battle between the number 10 and 15 cars. And
It is for 8th and 9th position. Derek Cope winds up in 8th, and Brett Bodine in 9th position. That was indeed a battle for position between Cope and Brett Bodine.
Buck Baker, Lee Petty, Joe Weatherly, Ned Jarrett, David Pearson, Bobby Isaac, Benny Parsons, Cale Yarborough, Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, Terry Labonte, Darrell Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, and Bill Elliott. Here comes the checkered flag. There's the end of the race. Dale Earnhardt wins the Atlanta Journal 500. But Rusty Wallace has become the 1989 Winston Cup champion.
Bob, he is the 20th different driver to win the championship since it all started back in 1949.
The final mile of 500. Earnhardt was here in Daytona. It didn't work. Will it work today? He works his way through 3 on to turn 4. The Chevrolet of Dale Earnhardt now begins to wind up for the final time. And Earnhardt picks up the checkered flag. Everybody scrambles in a battle across the line to finish this race. But it's Earnhardt that makes the difference as he comes home the winner. Wow! Wow!
What a move he did make up in turns 1 and 2, didn't he, Bobby?
Boy, that was a gamble, Benny. I'm telling you, he just said to himself, hey, it's the only gamble I had. He went right for the bottom, cut across, and he just got enough help with Plawecki to get the win.
Just 1/2 lap to go. Mark Martin trying everything he can to pull off a victory here this afternoon, but it looks as if he's going to come up short. Here comes Dale Earnhardt down off the banking. On the main straightaway, Dale Earnhardt wins the Trans-South 500. Mark Martin finishes second, and Davey Allison finished in 3rd place.
Saw that move. Look, Earnhardt all the way down, almost in the grass.
Drafted Bill Elliott just to get a little bit of help there.
Don't think Greg Sachs is going to be able to do it. He does close in just a little bit and comes within a car length.
It's a long way from the 4th turn down to the start-finish line, though.
It is a long way. Here we are. They come out of the 33 degrees of banking onto the tri-oval, banked at 18 degrees. Still, Greg Sachs runs behind Dale Earnhardt. Sachs looks to the inside. Is he going to be able to do it? He now looks to the outside. They cross the line. No, it's Dale Earnhardt winning the Winston 500, and Greg Sachs with a beautiful battle in 2nd position. And Mark Martin crossed the line just ahead of Ernie Irvin to take 3rd spot. And the Richard Childress crew celebrates on pit road, and Jerry Punch is right there.
Up into the turn, so he'll drive a low going into turn 3.
Final turns, final lap. This is it. $680,000 at stake. The Michigan 400. Earnhardt in front with that Chevrolet. The Oldsmobile in second. 2 Fords right behind them coming to the flag. Checkers about to be extended. And this Michigan 400 belongs to Dale Earnhardt. His 2nd win in this great event.
He's tough.
He is tough, and so is Ernie Irvin.
Ernie drove a tremendous race here today. He doesn't need to drop his head. He don't need to hang his head, Shane. He's driven a great race. His best Winston Cup finish ever.
Passing Dale Jarrett, and here comes Harry Gant passing Dale also.
Apparently the new tires they took on have paid off. Jarrett was running 6th, now he drops back to 8th.
Earnhardt moves safely through that area that he had the problem in during the Daytona 500. He appears to be on his way to victory for the first time in his career at Daytona. Earnhardt brings it down through the tri-oval. There's the checkered flag, and Dale Earnhardt wins the Pepsi 400.
Alan Plawecki is 2nd. Ken Schrader 3rd, Terry Labonte 4th, and Sterling Marlin 5th.
And there's the Richard Childress crew celebrating Earnhardt's first win at the World Center of Racing. Earnhardt has captured the Pepsi 400.
He'll have to do it better than he's doing it right now if he's going to pass Earnhardt before he gets back to the start-finish line.
Trims the car length. Elliott's foot absolutely quivering now on the foot on the gas pedal. I think he's pressing it just like he is. Gets another half car length. Falls back half a car length. Out of 4.
Here they come for the finish. This is it to decide.
Yellow flag is out along with the checkered flag about to come out.
Racing to the line. Checkers about to be unfurled. As they come down through, dropping through, it'll be car number 3. Earnhardt has done it again. The first 3-time winner of the Die Hard 500, and he wins the bonus. He's the 3rd man in history to sit on the pole and drive home for the Checkers.
Looking to through 3 and 4.
Looking to become the second, win this race for the 2nd consecutive year. He is in turn number 4 now. Dale Earnhardt brings the car off the banking. Here's the checkered flag, and Dale Earnhardt wins the Southern 500 for 1990. And the Richard Childress, Kirk Shelburne crew celebrate on pit road as they have chalked up their 3rd Southern 500 victory.
Earnhardt in the number 3, going into turn number 3. Down for the finish. Mark Martin in that 2nd spot on the bottom of the racetrack. They are across the line, and the checker falls, and it's win number 8 of 1990 for Dale Earnhardt. Checkers wide, and Earnhardt's pulled ever closer to Mark Martin. Not by that much. Very slim as he gets down here at the end of this one and picks up the win for his 2nd in the Richmond 400.
Still being shown in the 9th spot. Not quite going to do it as he's trying to catch Ernie Irvin.
Terry Labonte blew an engine across the start-finish line as he got the white flag.
And Dale Earnhardt will come out of turn 4 and take the checkered flag to win the Checker 500. Earnhardt's Goodrich crew celebrating. There's Richard Childress.
Mark Martin crashes down in turn 1. But they had got their checkered flag already, and he ran down there, and there was nothing but smoke and sun in front of those drivers after Terry Labonte blew, and Mark Martin was trying to pass a car for a position, getting across the start-finish line, and could not get it stopped as he got into a couple of people.
This time by 1 to go, and Ricky Rudd is there knocking on the door. To the stripe. White flag is out. Rudd goes to the inside. Makes his move. Ricky Rudd with that Waddell Wilson power. Here comes Earnhardt back on the outside. Ricky Rudd hangs her low. Wallace looking on from about 4 car lengths back straight away. Earnhardt has the advantage into 3. Stays high. Here comes Rudd. One more try. Pulls up on the inside. Down they come to the line. It will be Earnhardt's 49th Winston Cup win by less than a car length over Ricky Rudd.
Good clean racing there, Ken. You know, Earnhardt gave the inside lane. Rudd took it. They didn't even touch on the last lap coming off the corners.
Great finish here at Richmond. And Earnhardt is the Earnhardt of old. He may have lost Daytona, but he's won his 3rd Pontiac Excitement 400.
50th career Winston Cup win. The tremendous crowd on hand this afternoon is on its feet. They're cheering for Dale as he brings the Goodrich Chevrolet off of turn number 4, heads for the checkered flag, and there it is. Dale Earnhardt wins at Martinsville.
At 195 miles an hour, they approach the 3rd and 4th turn for the final time. Dale Earnhardt just shovels it in, turns it sideways, feels that car just begin to lift under him a little, and he pulls away by a car length. Here come the Fords, closing on the outside. Mark Martin now trying to help Bill Elliott. As they close, here they come to the trioval. The final few moments of the race. Here's Elliott coming up to the high side. He's not going to make it. He comes to the inside. He's pulled a throw to the inside that did not work. It was too late. Dale Earnhardt has done it again.
Wow, what a race.
He's as good as you say he is. I mean, he is just spectacular. Earnhardt had it figured.
Now is Harry going to be able to hang on for 2nd spot as Earnhardt is at the end of the backstretch. Earnhardt brings the car off of corner number 4. Dale Earnhardt wins the Tyson Holly Farms 400. Gant does finish 2nd, followed by Morgan Shepherd, Davey Allison, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, and Brett Bodine. Well, Richard Childress and the Kirk Shelmerdine crew are celebrating. They have beaten Harry Gant. They have stopped the win streak. Earnhardt wins at North Wilkesboro, and we'll be back to talk with him in just a moment.
Got a good lead. He got a good jump off that corner. That was Dale's end. This is the end for number 4, Ernie Irvin. He's better in this corner. But it looks like he drove it in there. The car got up a little high.
Down to finish the 33rd annual Coca-Cola 600. And by 3-4 car lengths, Dale Earnhardt has come home the winner of the Coca-Cola 600 for the second time in his career, his 53rd Winston Cup career victory. Earnhardt has pulled it off, won his first race of 1992, and you'll meet him in victory lane in a moment.
I know he is. Because the team that is as accustomed to winning as Dale Earnhardt, Richard Childress, and all this crew, it's last May was a long time ago.
The 54th win of his illustrious career in Winston Cup competition. Here is Dale Earnhardt winning the Trans-South Financial 500. Mark Martin finishes in second position. Here comes Alan Kowicki and Petty, who really got down on the apron that lap, battling for position, but Kowicki got it. That's 6th and 7th.
That's third spot in jeopardy. Out in front is Earnhardt, sailing away toward his third Coca-Cola 600 victory. Here to the inside comes the 18. Down to the line comes the 3. They're side by side in a battle. Further back in the field for third. Back to the line comes Earnhardt to win it. Across in second will be Gordon. Here they are for third. At the stripe, it will be Jarrett. Dale Jarrett defeating Schrader as they come to the stripe to end 600 miles, 400 laps in the 34th annual Coca-Cola 600.
600 miles and you beat a guy by a foot. That's something else.
For Sterling Martin.
Oh, here comes Sterling. Schrader on the outside, Sterling on the inside.
Just ran out of racetrack, didn't have enough racetrack on the inside to make the move on Earnhardt and had to slide up behind him. That could give Dale the advantage and the win, as a matter of fact. Here they come off the fourth corner. Schrader and Marlin are side by side. Dale Earnhardt is going to win the Pepsi 400, and for second it is Marlin, just inches over Ken Schrader, with Ricky Rudd, I believe, fourth, and Jeff Gordon in fifth.
Wow, what a run. Woo. Man, oh man. But Earnhardt finally does capture a victory in a race that he has dominated.
Morgan Shepherd and Bill Elliott can feel great about today. The crowd rising to their feet, not just for Earnhardt, but for all of these Winston Cup drivers for this outstanding event they have given in Pocono, Pennsylvania, after they have lost one of their own, one that they all admired, loved, and cared about. Dale Earnhardt has won. Rusty Wallace comes home second. Bill Elliott third in the most competitive automobile racing in the world. Earnhardt leads Winston Cup standings, will be the headline, the Winston Cup scene this week, by 223 over Jarrett.
Chance to run on Earnhardt, and there he goes to the inside.
Final lap, Kyle drops to the bottom. Urban goes up on top. Kyle pushes it hard.
I guarantee Urban's going to go 3 wide to the bottom with Jarrett. There's that bottom lane open for him.
All right, this is the run for the money. Last lap. Urban there on the inside. Earnhardt on the outside. Kyle works him over.
Who's going to help this? Which one does Kyle Petty get behind? Whoever he gets behind's got a shot to win this race. And there comes a 6. He's going to enter into it.
Martin with a good, solid run. He might be able to dip under both of them, or all 3 of them coming off that.
About 5 seconds to pay dirt. Here they come. Urban on the inside.
That shortcut on the inside is going to be of some help.
As they come to the line, dead even.
I don't know. I think, looks like the 3. I think Earnhardt won the race. It was awfully close.
Or is this Talladega? Do we do this every time we race up here?
Isn't that something?
unbelievable to run the kind of race that's been here today and finish it with a few inches.
Give it to Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt has done it again. At Talladega, the Dega Dominator pulls it off, and the 22 comes across out of gas.
Black GM Goodrich hats and saluting the champion of the Trans-South Financial 400 for 1994. His 60th career win in NASCAR Winston Cup competition, still ranked 6th in all-time victories. Here is Dale Earnhardt taking the checkered flag and winning the Trans-South Financial 400. Cecil Gordon and the other members of the Dale Earnhardt crew celebrate, and now will be making their way to victory lane. And Dale Earnhardt salutes the fans as they salute him on the backstretch in front of the Red Tyler Tower. Here's Jerry Punch.
Dale Earnhardt wins his 24th short track race in his career. There is the checkered flag, and he's done it. Pit crew and lots of fans gathered below us here on the main straightaway. Love it.
And Petrie and Richard Childress said, look, I knew it was going to work. I knew it was going to work.
Boy, he had him a run going, and Michael Waltrip trying to go by Earnhardt. Earnhardt made the track awfully wide, as he suspected he would do.
Here comes Ernie. Ernie to the inside. He's got second. Now sets his sights on Dale Earnhardt. As the cars approach corner number 4, they come into the tri-oval. Let's just listen and see who wins the Winston Select 500. Talladega. Dale Earnhardt wins the Winston Select 500. We'll be right back.
Here right there by Rick Master will come back from such a wreck and to pull down on Dale Earnhardt like he's doing right now. Now that's Earnhardt's play right there. He does that.
Here comes Mast right to the bumper, slides it sideways, and Earnhardt holds him off to win the race and knock down his 7th Winston Cup championship.
David Pearson, he got a little bit of you in him. He slowed up just to make that look exciting. I guarantee you.
He might have, but old David Pearson never would have done it. I've been scared he'd pass me.
He nearly did.
Is running in 7th position, a lap down. Earnhardt now off of corner number 3, corner number 4, and Dale Earnhardt has won his first of 1995, extending his streak of winning at least one race every year over the last 14 years. The streak starting in 1982. Here's John Kerner with Andy.
Earnhardt has been getting out of the corner a little bit better than Mark. Here they come. Earnhardt comes out in the corner. Mark down in the corner.
They come through the corner, and for the first time in his NASCAR Winston Cup career, Dale Earnhardt wins on a road course. There's a checkered flag. He beats Mark by about 3 car lengths. Jeff Gordon, Ricky Rudd, Terry Labonte, and Ted Musgrave are following. It's his 2nd win of the 95 season, his 65th career win. Now look at Rusty Wallace still trying to pick off positions as he comes alongside Ward Burton. And the interval remains about the same. About 7 or 8 car lengths. Dale Earnhardt in command of the Brickyard 400 as he enters turn number 3. And there is no battle at the moment for 2nd position as Dale Jarrett has settled back behind Rusty Wallace. And now for the final time, they come through corner number 4. Dale Earnhardt enters the straightaway and looks for the checkered flag this time. And he sees it. Dale Earnhardt has won the 2nd Brickyard 400. crew celebrates Dale Earnhardt's 66th victory in NASCAR Winston Cup competition.
Rusty, let's see how it shakes out as they enter turn 3. Rusty moving alongside. Earnhardt comes off corner number 4. He wins the Goodies 500. And for second place, it's Terry Labonte.
And Bobby Hamilton will finish in 4th spot. Jeff Bodine and Bill Elliott.
A half a lap away from victory. His 5th win of 1995, 68th career win. 42nd on the super speedways. It's his 7th win here in Atlanta. It ties him with Cale Yarborough for the most wins. Dale Earnhardt wins the 1995 season finale at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Napa 500.
Dale Jarrett, Ricky Craven, Ricky Rudd, Steve Gresham, Kenny Wallace, Sterling Marlin. That's the 7, and Bobby Hillin spins. Bobby Hillin spins. And now is he going to be able to get the car going off the apron of the racetrack? He is inside of turn 2. No caution flag yet. Dale Earnhardt, the race leader, is in turn 3.
Bobby Hamilton has just pitted. No caution yet.
Caution now it is out. Now it is out, and it has been taken by the leader, Dale Earnhardt. Caution is being displayed at lap 390. Now the question is, can they get this race restarted? We're just 3 laps from the finish. Remember, you've got to get Hillin away, and there he comes down the back pit lane. You would be looking at a green, white, and checker if they can get it done quickly, but I believe we're going to run out of laps. And under caution, of course, the ongoing question, you hate to see it. Would anybody have caught Earnhardt anyway? I kind of doubt it, but you'd like to have seen him get a chance. Checkered flag in the air for Dale Earnhardt. And the GM Goodwrench Racing Team winning the Goodwrench Service 400. And old Bobby Hamilton is going to champion on around for a finish here today. And he'll come home in 24th position, the way we calculated here. So they did salvage something out of what should have been a whole heck of a lot better. But Bobby Hamilton takes the checkered flag.
Just got a half a lap to go now as he takes the car in corner number 3 for the final time. Now it's forward onto the straightaway. Here is Dale Earnhardt taking the checkered flag and winning the Pure Leader 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Career victory number 70. And with the 8th win here in Atlanta, he breaks a tie with Cale Yarborough for most Atlanta wins on the all-time list.
3 makes in the 500. Chevy, Pontiac, Ford. That's how they run. But Earnhardt has a benefit. There's a slow car up ahead.
And there's trouble coming off of turn 2. Some cars get strangled. It might be this. Whoever gets back to the start-finish line, they'll get the white and the yellow together.
Lake Speed and John Andretti tangle as the leaders head for turn number 3. Andretti and Spencer got together.
This could be the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte goes to the outside.
Labonte up high. Earnhardt uses the lap car of Rick Mast as a pick. 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally, the most anticipated moment in racing. If John Elway can win the Super Bowl, Dale Earnhardt said he could win the Daytona 500. And if he comes around under caution to complete this final lap, the taste of long-awaited victory will be his.
Wow, what a drive by Dale Earnhardt, doing everything he had to do today.
Bobby Labonte comes across the line to the caution flag in 2nd. Jeremy Mayfield's Ford 3rd. Kenny Schrader with a shot at that $2 million bonus, as did Bobby Labonte. Checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt finally is a champion of the Daytona 500.
Top 3, tell you the truth. Here comes Jerry Nagy on the inside of Schrader. He's got to be about it for about the 7th or 8th position. Meanwhile, here's the lead.
Will there be any position changes here as they come off of the banking and into the trioval for the final time. Is it going to be Earnhardt? Is it going to be Jarrett? Is it going to be Mark Martin? They get closer to the line. It's going to be Dale Earnhardt winning the Die-Hard 500. The margin of victory unofficially 14/100ths of a second, and Mark Martin finishes third, a quarter of a second behind, and there's celebration in the Earnhardt pit. And Labonte inside of Earnhardt. He taps him going into the third corner. He gets way down on the apron of the track, coming to the white flag. There's a leader change, and Labonte takes the lead.
And meanwhile, Ricky Rudd trying to...
Oh, and Earnhardt spins him out.
Oh, man.
And Tony Stewart is involved in the crash, as is Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, and several others. Dale Earnhardt takes the checkered flag.
And Jimmy Spencer ran second. Bristol.
From the conclusion of the Winston 500, the conga line. Earnhardt moves to the inside, the outside. Jarrett's got drafting help from Ward Burton. Jarrett has to make a move. Here comes Burton. Ward Burton, two car lengths back, a car length back. Now watch for Jarrett to try to get to the inside. Final turn, they head for the trioval. Earnhardt, here comes Jarrett, here comes Burton. Earnhardt blocks the way. And Dale Earnhardt will win the Winston 500. Jarrett finishes second, Ricky Rudd third, Ward Burton fourth, and the celebration begins. From 27th starting spot, Dale Earnhardt has won his 9th event here at Talladega. Let's check in there, pitcher Bill Weber.
Labonte right on the rear spoiler.
And Earnhardt goes in high. That's going to leave some room for Labonte on the bottom.
Here comes Labonte making a charge. They come toward the line. Who will it be? It is going to be... I don't know. I don't either.
Will look like Earnhardt just by a little bit.
That was one of the closest finishes in the history of NASCAR.
And Chalky Myers just said, who won? Who won? And Kenny Wallace is in second spot, followed by
his teammate,
Joe Nemechek.
Nemechek at the pole center. And Kenny Wallace has likewise never won a Winston Cup race. 3 Chevrolets on the final lap at Talladega. $2.7 million and $1 million bonus for Dale Earnhardt if he can hang on. The no ball 5 contender, Mr. Dale Earnhardt comes down and will take his 10th career victory at Talladega in the Winston 500.
The crash as the team across the start finish line.
And cars slipping and sliding everywhere across the racetrack as the checkered flag waved. The 22 was involved. Ward Burton was involved. The 9 car was sliding.
The 44 of Steve Grissom was sliding.
A.C. Compton was involved. And there, that big fist out the window. Earnhardt pulls up and says, "Thank you, Kenny Wallace."